Hello everyone, and welcome to chapter 9 of the Hero of Kendrickstone, like in the stories. So last time we recovered the sword, and now it's time to use it, I guess. So let's get on with it. It's half an hour past sunset when you finally reach the spot the court wizard assured you the bandit camp would be. Sure enough, right in front of you stands a circle of ancient stone like the one you found a month ago, and within it stands the dark silhouette of the bandit camp, barely visible among the black mess of the forest canopy. You squint into the darkness, trying to make out the way in. "Over there," says Dame Mildred's voice from right behind you. The knight moves up to you and points slowly as not to rattle the mail under her cloak. You can see the glint of the sentry's steel against the starlight. You follow the knight's finger, but it takes a long moment before you see the momentary glimmer of grey light in the darkness. "I wish we were doing this in daylight," you grumble. "At least I could see them." Mildred shakes her head. "No, the night is more our ally than theirs today. They can barely see us, and we can barely see them. But they have bows, which could hit us at 100 paces. She drops the hood of her cloak and puts her helm on. "It's better this way, come on." With that, the knight moves into the forest, towards the enemy camp. Man, I'm so happy she's with us. I can't imagine doing this alone. The two of you move up to just outside the entrance, no more than 30 paces away. The darkness won't hide you past this point. Now you have to deal with the quartet of sentries before you. The most obvious option would be to run right through. If you can catch them by surprise and get past them before they react, that will make striking down the bandit wizard himself before the camp reacts much easier. Of course, the sentries themselves would give chase, and you're not sure you want to face Milius Blackclad with 4 angry bandits at your heels. You could always find the sentries, but that would take time. Every second you spend on those guards means another second for the rest of the camp to marshal its defenses. Alternatively, you suppose Dame Mildred might be able to clear you a way in. Unfortunately, that would mean splitting up, which would leave you to face Milius Blackclad alone. So what will it be? Push right through them, beat the guards before advancing, blast a path through, okay, that one is not possible, or get Dame Mildred to clear me a path through. I guess we should beat the guards down before advancing. It seems like the reasonable thing, because if they push, if we push through them, they can start shouting and raise an alarm. If we beat them fast enough, they might not even be able to raise, the hell and wreak havoc. So let's try that. You rush forward, Dame Mildred beside you, towards the bandit sentries. The men at the entrance are more inattentive than you could possibly have hoped. They barely draw their weapons in time to face you. You draw the bright blade that once belonged to Kendrick Giantslayer, and it sings in your hands. One man comes at you, hatchet held high to strike. You raise your sword to parry his blow, only to find the magical blade cleaving right through your foe's weapon, through the steel head and the stout wooden shaft. The bandit falls back in shock. Another lunges at you with a wide-bladed falchion. You beat it aside, the sword as light as a feather in your hands. Then, with a downward blow, you cut through the brigand's hastily raised weapon, as well as his arm and his shoulder and much of his abdomen. The fight ends very quickly after that. With the sword that once slew the stone giant of Colmir in your hand, mere man and woman do not have the faintest hope of standing against you. Dame Mildred seems more than impressed by your new weapon. "The courts judged us worthy indeed," she mutters, awed at the sheer carnage your magical weapon has wrought. Still, she only lingers for a moment. There's no time to lose. Other bandits are beginning to emerge, drawn by the commotion. The two of you continue to Milius Blackclad's tent. It's not exactly difficult to find the bandit wizard's pavilion. It's the biggest one in the whole camp. It only takes you a few moments to get there. Unfortunately, those few moments are enough for much of the rest of the camp to rouse themselves. Somewhere an alarm bell rings. Black-clad fighters pour out of the tents, weapons bared. Dame Mildred puts her hand on your shoulder as you run. "I'll hold these bastards back," she shouts. "Go find Milius Blacklad and gut him for me." With that, she turns around to face the mass of foes now chasing you, even as you find yourself before the tent of the bandit wizard. Oh my god, I hope she's gonna be okay. This is just madness. The tent flap flies open, and out comes a figure in black, a long staff in his hands. He glows blue with arcane power, his pale and cadaverous form turned into a sinister, billowing shadow by his voluminous robes and cold eyes. "What's this, an adventure?" the wizard laughs, as his hand begins to blaze with blue fire. "A mere boy at that. Is this bit of a sport the best you could send me, Laufric?" He roars and raises his staff. "Then let's see how good you are." With that, Milius unleashes an immense gout of fire from the end of his staff directly at you. I get out of the way, go right through. Break his concentration with a sling stone. Well, go right through a fire? I think the sword could have... Sorry, I'm drinking tea by the way, because I've been recording for quite a while now. Go right through seems like the daring thing to do, but holy hell. Best of hardened leather. That could burn us. Raid his concentration with a sling stone. Let's try this one. You quickly slip a stone in your sling and bring it over your head in a single movement. You have no time to aim or carefully judge the power of your shot. The stone flies even as fire surges towards you. You hear the mage stagger backward as your shot strikes him in the shoulder. His will shatters and the fiery assault disintegrates as if blown away by a great wind. The bandit wizard quickly begins to realign his will and prepare for a second attack. Now is your chance. You drop your sling and rush forward. By the time the wizard readies his next spell, he is within reach of your blade. Guys, I told you, it's the fucking sling. The wizard's expression twists into a mask of mad rage as you close on him. "I will not have my vengeance denied," Milius snarls. "Not by the Duke, not by his knights, and certainly not by you." He growls as he raises his staff high to strike you. You leap backward just in time to avoid getting your brain splattered all over the wizard's crystal-headed cane. So the old man can fight up close too. Worse yet, from behind you hear the sound of the bandit camp rousing itself to action. You see a few rushing in. Before long, they'll be ready to attack you from behind and overwhelm you. Before you, the mage prepares to strike again. How will you respond? I try to cut him down. I try to take him alive. I fight to weaken him. I try to cut him down. You raise your weapon high as you charge forward for the killing stroke, but when you strike, the wizard steps to the side and then lunges forward. The head of Milius' staff drives into your stomach, sending you backwards, gasping for air as your foe's hand blazes with arcane power. A blast of lightning shoots from the wizard's palm, filling the night with bright fury. Electricity surges through your body. Everything is pain. Only with a supreme effort of will do you manage to hold onto your weapon and remain standing. When the agony fades, you can smell ozone in the air, mingling with the stench of your own seared flesh. The bandit's wizard takes a moment to catch his breath. You look over your shoulder to keep an eye on the rest of the bandits in the camp. Behind you, a few are already starting to gather, preparing themselves for the charge that will end your mission in failure. You need to finish this fight now. Before you, the mage prepares to strike again. How will you respond? Man, I should have put the fight to weaken him, but I don't think we have much of a choice. I try to cut him down. You raise your weapon high as you charge forward for the killing stroke, but when you strike, the wizard steps to the side and then lunges forward. The head of Milius' staff drives into your stomach. That's the same thing, sending you backwards. Wow. You look just in time to see the bandits rushing towards you. a dozen of them, maybe more. You have wasted too much time, and now you're surrounded by a vast mob of black-clad brigands on one side and their wizard master on the other. You hold them off as long as you can, as half a dozen blades launch for you. You dodge, parry, and then strike frantically, trying to keep yourself alive for just a moment longer as cold steel rakes your flesh and unyielding iron cracks your bones. You try and you fail. Wow. Well, that was a bad ending. Yeah, I knew it was, we should have fought him and tried to weaken him. But yeah, obviously the blade was not as good as I thought it would. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not gonna play this one again. We tried and we failed miserably. Too bad. I feel bad for our Dame Mildred because she was taken down as well. But hopefully they will be able to, the city will be able to somehow catch them, because now they got the other rings. So we tried our part and we failed. Actually, I failed, but yeah, that's life. So hope you enjoyed this one, and if you have any more suggestions for the choice of games, that's a weird way to say, but choice of games, then bring them forward. I look forward to trying them. I already got one in mind, but I'll wait for you to suggest some, and then we'll look into them and be happy. So till then, you guys take care.